Hey Blazers, this episode is brought to you by Audible.com, an Amazon company. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/Blaze Entertainment, or visit the sponsor and supporters links on our website at entertheblaze.com. With over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. Now let's start the show.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's start the party. Locked in to the hottest station on the planet.
What's going on, Blazers? We're back with another episode of Blaze Entertainment. I'm your host, Kwame, and I'm actually joined today by After the Blaze co-host, the fabulous, the gorgeous, my sister from another mister, Miss Hope Disguise. What's up, boo?
What's good? What is good?
Good. You know, life is good. Life is good. You know, lots of things popping. You know, thanks for filling in for Miss Free. For those who are, our Blazers out there, Miss Free is out at an event today. She went to go see Cirque du Soleil, which, you know, I'm a little jelly, but you know, it's all good. But yes,
it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm gonna fuck it up with Miss Giselle here today. So we're gonna see what's good. How are things up in your corner of the world?
It could be better, but a bitch is alive and the bills are paid, so it's all good.
I know that's right. At least, you know, there's not fires around you, you know, so that's good.
You know what? Yeah, because y'all don't know. Y'all really don't know if y'all gonna be dead tomorrow morning when you wake up. Like,
I'm just at a point, you know, I've made my peace with God, you know, and God loves me, and you know, we're good. So it is what it is. So
right. I don't know if I could deal with waking up dead tomorrow, possibly. I mean, like, y'all,
you know, I also feel right, and I also feel like, you know, if you're gonna go, why not go in a blaze of glory? So,
you know, can we start the show? Can we start the show?
We surely can. So typically we start out the show with phrase of the week, but Miss Free is not here, so we're going to move on to our highlights. So I would actually like to highlight Team Blaze because this week we were notified that Team Blaze and Blaze Entertainment Podcast, as well as After the Blaze, as well as our interview show, the Spotlight Edition, is on Spotify.
Yes, motherfucking.
Yes. It has been a huge goal of Blaze Entertainment to be on Spotify, so I'm very, very happy that we have made it on there, and you know, we're doing a damn thing, just, you know, every day doing it. So thank you to all of our Blazers who support us, who listen to us, all of the listeners, and thank you to Spotify for having us on. You know, we appreciate it, because it was already a big deal in our first 6 months of being in existence to be on iHeartRadio, and then I thought we couldn't, you know, it would be forever, you know, to even get on Spotify. So my next goal is to be on Tidal, because then I'll be closer to Beyonce. So,
you know what?
I'm just saying.
Because you know she gotta approve everything.
I mean, she does. She does. She is the queen. And so but yeah, so shout out to Team Blaze. We wouldn't be here without you guys for the Blazers and our listeners and stuff, so we very much appreciate it. Shout out to my co-hosts, Miss Hope, Miss Free, and also 50 Shades of Gay. We love you. First of all, y'all's episode that was released today, Epic. Okay, love your show. If you guys have not had a chance to listen to After the Blaze, definitely check it out. I know that there's a lot of listeners that listen to Blaze Entertainment but don't listen to After the Blaze for whatever reason. Please listen to After the Blaze because it is a hilarious show. 50 and Hope just kill it. So they are literally fam. So definitely check them out. Support Black businesses, and yeah. Melanin. And so, you still there, Hope? Did I lose you? Hello?
I'm taken aback by the words of gratitude and fellowship.
Did you feel?
And experience.
Did you feel
I
it?
felt the love.
I mean,
and what I just want to do right now is to tell all of the people that listen to the Blaze podcast that, bitch, if you don't listen to After the Blaze, you ain't shit. You ain't shit if you don't listen to After the Blaze.
Seriously, if you're going to support part of the fam, you need to support all of the fam. That's all I'm saying.
You like that cousin that show up after everything got cooked just to eat on Thanksgiving.
Listen.
You ain't real. You're not a real part of the family. You are not. Okay? So there.
Say that. So let's get into shout outs. So there's so much. There's just literally so much to shout out today. Let's talk about first of all, and I think you guys mentioned it on the show today that aired. Well, we're airing tomorrow, or Friday, so we're recording Thursday. Mm-hmm. So it aired After the Blaze aired today. But shout out to first of all, shout out to Atlanta, the state of Atlanta, or the city of Atlanta, Atlanta, Georgia, for Keisha Lance Bottoms, who is now the new mayor of Atlanta. First of all, I love her name. I think it is epic. Just number one. Number two, Black Girl Magic, you know. Number three, I have questions. One of my questions is that I saw a picture of Mayor Bottoms, and I have a question. Why is Tyrese behind you? Like, of all publicity, of all things, why? Why is he there? I mean, I had to do a couple of double takes. I had to check, you know, a little confused.
She didn't know.
I mean,
she didn't know.
It's all fine. It's all good. But, you know, Keisha, boo, listen.
She didn't know.
He's not the one you want around you. It's not good publicity. All I'm saying.
Telling you, Shane. I am telling you, Keisha did not know. Because any bitch I know named Keisha, be she a mayoral candidate or not?
Listen.
They know that he was going to have a mental breakdown, okay?
Oh, my God.
She would not have allowed him to be nowhere within 50 feet of her while she was doing this. I really don't think she knew. And I'm gonna let her slide on that one because none of us knew he was going to act up like that. None of us knew.
I mean... Jesus. Anyway.
Exactly. Just keep it open.
I also want to shout out Time Magazine as well as the People/Women of the Year. The Silence Breakers is what they're calling them. And I think it's in my opinion, a low-key shade to the Orange Monkey in office because a couple of weeks ago, he had tweeted, as he does with his Twitter fingers and his teeny hands, that Time Magazine, said something about how Time Magazine picks people or whatever, something or whatever. He was trying to say, he was basically putting out alternative facts as he normally does. And Time Magazine clapped back and said, well, actually, we haven't announced who the person of the year is going to be. And it's funny because the people of the year is the Silence Breakers, and I thought it was genius. So kudos to Time Magazine for doing that. I think that it was genius, and I think that it is important. Those brave women that came out and did the damn thing, said what they need to say, and broke the silence. And I think that it is important when we start looking at respect for women and also boundaries, and what is acceptable, and also sexual harassment and how we treat not just women, just people in general. So shout out to y'all. Let's see, what else do I have here? Okay. I just found this out yesterday. So, shout out to Atlanta. Atlanta's doing things this week. So, shout out to Atlanta. Shout out to Atlanta news anchor Sharon Reed for the epic clapback. The epic clapback at the viewer who called her the N-word after the mayoral election. When I tell you that I watched the video and the grace and black melanin magic that exuded from this beautiful woman, this beautiful news anchor, and the way she put that child in her place. Epicness. So shout out to you, Miss Reed. Do your thing. You read that girl.
First and foremost, I feel like y'all need a translation, right? Okay. Right. Because what Miss Sharon had sort of said was that, people like you, okay, are going to, say those things, and it is unacceptable. And I'm going to respectfully clap back by letting you know that it is unacceptable, right? That's what she said because she was at work and she was on TV. Now, I'm going to tell y'all what she really was saying behind all of that, right? What Ms. Reed was really saying was, bitch, if you ever in your natural born life think that it's okay to send me an email calling me a nigga again, right, I'm going to find you. Okay. And I'm going to get my cousins and them to beat your ass. And then I'm going to come back to my news reporter job and report about how you got your ass whooped 2 feet away from Buckhead or whatever the fuck that is over there in ACL if you try me again. Listen. And don't let it happen no more. Okay? I loved the fact that she kept it cute and classy, but what I also liked was the fact that her white counterpart knew when to shut the fuck up. Like, he knew that this was not his bad, because, we've seen these things play out some other times, and the white counterparts be trying to justify and or defend and or say something, and it's like, no, this is not your battle. Okay, I don't need your opinion. Right. I'm giving this bitch a piece of my mind, and you gonna shut your tomboy ass up over there and just listen. Okay, you just gonna listen, because y'all 2 seconds in this studio from getting slapped down for even letting that email get to my box. That part. That's what y'all going. That part. I know she was pissed. I know she was pissed all day. Like, I could not. I don't think I would have been able to really stay at work after that class. I would have been gone because I would have had to recuperate from not going off on the ass all day.
Yeah. So shout out to you, Miss Sharon Reed. You read that. It was epic. I also want to give a shout out to Afropunk.com because they posted an article for Baltimore-based, the South is doing it this week, Baltimore-based visual artist Kyle Yearwood is a self-described architect of realities. And he had created artwork and photography. And basically it was the visualization of the magic, black magic that's inside of black people with artists Kyle Yearwood's gorgeous work. It was amazing. Just seeing the different pictures and how they interpreted, and I'll share it with you, Hope, because I think you would really actually enjoy it. Just looking at some of these pictures, seeing how black magic is exuded through these amazing stills and pictures, and obviously a lot of them are photoshopped and stuff like that, but the way he interpreted art and how people exude black magic, it was amazing. So shout out to you, Mr. Yearwood. So yes, let's see. I think that's all I have for shout outs.
I love it because I'm definitely fucking with Afropunk right now.
Yes.
they've really made me super, super happy as of late, especially because they've helped me really turn up my, my senses to Black art. And the artists that are out there really doing it. So yeah, I'm all about that. Shout out to the Afropunk. I love y'all.
Yes, and a lot of the articles that go on Afropunk are really awe-inspiring, actually. So I've learned a lot within the past year or so from Afropunk, and I actually want to go to the convention one of these years. So. Because I know that they have it in New York. Hopefully they'll move it over to LA soon. I think that they have it in LA. I'm not sure. I have to check. But anyway, I want to go to one of the conventions there because I think it would be epic. So yes. But yeah, do you have any shout outs or anything, Miss Giselle? You good?
I only have one shout out.
Okay.
Right. And I know this ain't really a shout out, but it's a shout out for me because I feel like it needs to be said. And I want to shout out Miss Onika Mirage, Nicki Minaj.
Oh my God.
Or I want to shout her out though. I want to shout her out because she has let Cardi B live in this very trying time. She has allowed herself to not be a jealous bitch the way she was with Iggy Azalea. Okay. And she's allowed this woman of color, this brown girl, to live and get her life. And so I'm just going to say thank you, Nikki, for not acting a whole ass this time and leaving this girl alone, because I really thought Nikki was going to let Cardi have it, and she's been behaving. So I'm happy and I'm proud of you.
For now.
And that's all I got. For now, because y'all know it's coming.
Right.
We all know it's coming. But
she
for
petty?
now, Nikki, I'm really proud of you. Because she is. She's petty boots. I love Nikki, but she's petty boots. She's petty back boots. And I'm waiting on it. But see, I thought it was going to happen a long time ago. And so the fact that it has not happened yet, I feel like Onika's growing, or she got some money or some dick keeping her preoccupied at the moment. So, you know, I'm really just I'm proud of you, girl. Just keep your mouth closed.
Yes.
And let her ride her little Dominican wave right on back into the Bronx, because we know she ain't gonna last too long. But
don't hate on Cardi. Don't hate on Cardi.
Let her be her own demise. Let her be her own.
Anyway, you will not hate on Cardi. Anyway, we will be back after this break and after I finish cussing out Hope. So, we'll be back, guys. Hey guys, this episode is brought to you by Pyro Media Network. Pyro Media Network is a progressive moving platform to give a voice to those who feel don't have one. Social injustice, equality concerns, and more are just a few reasons why PMN is needed. For more information about Pyro Media Network, please visit pyromedianetwork.com. And we're back with the Petty World News. Yes. And I don't have a lot today, but we're going to get into what we have. So, y'all's president has decided to move the United States Embassy out of, move it into Jerusalem. And so I'm not going to touch too much on this because I still need to study and learn a little bit more about what that means and the ramifications of that. But I will say this. I'm the type of person that if it's none of my business and if it's not pertaining in my household or my yard, it's none of my business. So I feel that you, Orange Monkey, have too much bullshit going on in-house as well as in country for you to be worrying about what's going on in the Middle East right now and for you to destabilize it anymore when we already got Kim Jong-il ready to drop some bombs on our asses, okay, and other shit like that. So I don't understand why this is happening. Again, I need to do a little bit more research, but I also know that he ain't shit. So, like, that's where I'm at with it. I don't know if you've heard anything about it or have you done any research on it or what your opinion is. So,
updates all day, and that was one of the things that I saw. But prior to getting that update, the update that actually made me really, really happy at this point is that President Trump's approval rating sits at 32%. And that is according to a new poll that was released by the Pew Research Center. Pew being PEW Research Center, if you guys want to go and look that up. The poll also found that the disapproval of the president's job performance is at 63%, and that 14% of the people who disapprove of his presidential performance say that they think that something could have been done that they would have been happier with. And then the people that approve of his job, aka the idiots that still think that he can make America great, say that they think that Trump just needs a little bit of help, and they have not been unhappy or unsupportive of his choices. That article spoke to me more because I figure that at least people get it now. At least people are starting to see it, because it shouldn't have taken a whole, in my Kwame voice, fuck-ass year for you guys to get this shit together. I feel like he's going to continue to make bullshit decisions, and I think and I hope that this impeachment and that the talks of this impeachment are very much so true. But with that being said, I really feel as though if they impeach him, his entire team needs to go with him, because Mike Pence is worse. And that's the part that people don't understand. If I have to deal with Trump for the next 3.5 years, I would prefer to deal with that than to deal with Mike Pence, because the problem with him is that he actually knows legislation, he actually knows government, and he's also a bigot, racist, asshole pig. So I would rather have somebody who is basically and virtually ignorant to what they're doing, making stupid fucked up decisions, than somebody who knows what they're doing, making fucked up decisions, because then we're in a world of trouble. And I know it's kind of like, you know, better the devil that you know than the devil that you don't know. But that article about the Jerusalem saying, I like you, I do need to know more about what that does for us. But the article that, you know, came up prior to that one was one that kind of made me happy, because I was like, you know what, at least these idiots are getting it and they understand that what he's been doing has done absolutely nothing for us, and they're starting to be vocal about that. So hopefully we see some change, but when we see that change, I'm going to need for them to, like, I'm not sure if it's in our government, like, actually wipe the entire cabinet, but they need to do something about Mike Pence too, because if he's left to run the country, Lord knows the blacks, the browns, the gays, and everybody else just needs to run for the high holy hills, and we might as well go burn in LA fires right now, because Lord, he's going to make it impossible for us to do anything while he's president. So that's my 2 cents on Trump at this point.
I'm at this point where I'm just like, I'd rather have Pennywise from It be president of the United States. Like, I mean, at this point, you know, like, it's just, I just don't, the energy. Anyway, so that's that. Let's see here. Let's shift a little bit over to, let's see what's on this list here. Because I don't have a lot. Because again, I didn't do a lot of research on a lot of these topics that people were throwing at me. And I don't like to speak on stuff that I don't know. I know my lane. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about, first of all, this should have been a shout out, but congratulations to Australia for finally getting with the times and making LGBTQ, or excuse me, gay marriage legal. So thanks. So it's kind of, you know, been there, done that, but cool. You know, hey, one step at a time, one country at a time, I guess.
You know, I was really excited about that, especially because I have friends in Australia.
Okay.
That were like, that were beyond excited about that. Australia and like New Zealand and they're like super, super happy, and like everybody's like wanting to go and do all these amazing things with their partners now. And I'm just like super excited because it's some new shit, you know, it's some new shit.
I guess for me, I'm extremely happy for them, and because I mean, I know how I felt when, you know, when it was passed in what do you call it, in the United States. So I get it, I get that. But for me personally, I just feel I'm at a point right now where I'm just like, this should be legalized everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, this should be a thing. Like, it shouldn't even be something that's called, you know, gay marriage or whatever. It should just be called marriage. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's me personally, but I understand, you know, the excitement behind it. It's a win for the LGBTQ community. It is a light in the dark times that we have now, that is the orange monkey in office. And so, yeah, I get it. So shout out to y'all. You know, Australia, we might have to move over there to make room. So just saying. Let's see here. What else do I have on this list here? Oh, now, I don't know how I feel about this, so I just want to get your opinion on it. So, because I know how you feel about Escape. So, the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Candy Burris joins the cast of Chicago on Broadway. She will be playing Mama Morton. Your thoughts?
Okay. First of all, bitch, bye. If she don't, girl, that bitch sounds like she's being. I'm serious. Like, why do Broadway? Like, you know, they've been good up until her. That bitch sounds like she's singing in front of an industrial fan every time she opens her mouth. And I just, I'm not in support of that. All of her little ghetto-fied hoochie mama, why did my man leave me, you know, plays from Atlanta must have got her some buzz. Or this bringing back of Escape must have gotten her some buzz. But I ain't fucking with it. I wish her the best, and I think that it's a great opportunity for some exposure. But I just think, you know, like you just said, stay in your lane. Candy is an amazing producer. She's an amazing writer. But I do not feel like performance is her thing anymore. Hell, all of them escape bitches is old as fuck. And I'm sick of seeing them on Instagram at these concerts in these spandex ass uniforms looking like rejects. You know, like Martha Stewart home living videos. Like I'm so done. I really am. Like, I'm so done. They all like wrapped newspapers that have been thrown out. Like, and I can't with them. But by all means, you know, maybe her voice will lend itself to the character in a way that will be beneficial, but I doubt it. And then she's not even big enough to play Mama Morton. So I'm like, what are they going to do when I hate to be that person that typecasts bitches into a role because Queen Latifah killed it so effortlessly on the movie.
Oh my God, yes.
But like, that's the role that I want to see from my Mama Morton. I need that robust, rich sound, and I just feel like I just don't think Candy's gonna bring that. So, you know, all power to her, but I really don't think she's gonna impress anybody.
You know, so there's that. Senator Al Franken resigned, or isn't. What is it? Oh, hold on. Let's see. Senator Al Franken gave his resignation today before Congress, before the Senate. Yeah, what are your thoughts on that? Some people, I've seen a lot of trending topics on it or trending comments on it, and some people are saying that he shouldn't do it because then they have Roy Moore, you know, potentially going to win that seat or win his election or his what do you call it? Win a nomination for his sector or his state, whatever. And, you know, people are saying that, well, it's a false equivalency to kind of put them together in the same category. Now, here's my thing. I don't condone sexual harassment by anyone. You know what I mean? I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're a Republican. I don't care if you're a conservative, a liberal, whatever. Sexual harassment is sexual harassment. Clearly, there's a difference between rape and sexual harassment. So obviously, I'm not saying that. But the bottom line is that I can't look at you the same, especially if you are part of a party, a political party that is supposed to be pro-women, that is supposed to be pro-women's rights and LGBTQ sensitive issues, and as well as progressive, thoughts and progressive movements. So it's difficult for me to kind of look Senator Al Franken, or look at him and say, okay, well, I can look past him because he's a Democrat. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. If you are accused of sexual harassment and you are found to be guilty of that and you admit to it, you should not be in the position that you're in if you did it during that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't wholeheartedly say in my heart that I'm okay with that, because I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not okay with it. But what you're not going to do, what you won't do, conservatives and Republicans, you're not going to sit there and say, oh, point the finger, look at him. No, bitch, you got a whole ass president, you know what I'm saying, that has over 18 allegations, that is still in the seat, and not near one y'all bitches said anything about impeaching him. Y'all still in support of him, okay? He there was accusations throughout his campaign. There was accusations after he got elected. There was still accusations now, and you're still, you know what I'm saying? So I don't understand how you're going to sit there and allow, or make yourselves try to be like you're this holier than thou people, and that you have this, upper hand on the moral compass when you're doing the same shit. Half of you motherfuckers that go after LGBTQ are gay yourself. Okay, that's number one. Y'all got Jacked and Grindr and all that shit or whatever on your apps. Just to let you know, at the Republican convention during this last year's campaign or election cycle, Grindr had the most activity all around the RNC. Okay, so just so you motherfuckers know, okay, the game is not even playing. And I encourage you, those who are listening, to watch on Netflix. There is a documentary called Outrage, and it is one of the most frustrating documentaries that I personally ever seen, and Hope, I encourage you to watch it. I think I think you would call me and be like, bitch. You know what I mean? It is a phenomenal a documentary. It is a phenomenal documentary. It is talking about politicians who are still in Senate today, and that have been in Congress, that are active politicians, who are Republican politicians, that who have been avid protesters against LGBTQ rights in the gay community, and they have been either caught doing things that are doing things with homosexual activities, or all of a sudden they're those closeted gays. You've seen them in church, Hope. You know what I'm saying? So I encourage you to watch that, but my frustration, going back to the situation with Senator Al Franken, is that I'm not going to give him a pass because he's a Democrat. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm also not going to allow Republicans to sit there and try to take the moral high road when you guys have not said zilch towards this man this orange monkey that's in the office right now, as well as some of the other people like Roy Moore, as well as other candidates that have been accused of sexual harassment, as well as conservative media outlets like Bill O'Reilly and other things of that nature that have been accused of sexual harassment. So, and rape. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't want to hear that bullshit. Your thoughts, Hope?
First of all, you said it all. You've definitely said it all. But I watched an entire, I guess, segment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if it was CNN or what it was on, but I watched an entire segment of stuff, and I was really upset and outraged at the idea that, like you said, people were making excuses
Mm-hmm.
for not grouping, the two of them together when the crimes were very, very similar and are very similar. And the fact that the president is not being held to the same standards as some of the same people that, one, he's fired, or two, are under fire from social media to media news outlets. Like, it just really bothers me because he does not get a pass for being I don't even know what to call. Trump is just such a dick. Like, in layman's terms, Trump is such a dick.
Mm-hmm.
And it really bothers me that he gets to get away with being a dick
Mm-hmm.
because nobody wants to just admit that they were wrong. Because
Right.
that's what this is about. People don't want to admit that Trump is a dick, because once you admit that Trump is a dick, you also have to admit that you voted for the wrong person and you made a mistake.
Right.
And nobody wants to admit that. And so now we're stuck in a place where we have a president who has been on the news, has cases, then continues to make cases where he is continuously being called out for his misogyny and inappropriate behavior towards women.
Right.
It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. And then all of these people who are getting caught, because I'm not giving any passes to anybody because of what they stand for, but all of these people that are getting caught and then being able to use status to get out of it is just as sickening. The governmental system is flawed, once again. And I think that there's just more needs to be done. But the problem is we cannot do it from the outside. I feel like those of us who want to run need to start running. Those of us who are qualified to run need to start running. And those of us who can vote for these people who are qualified and want to run need to start voting.
Right.
I think that's going to be the only way that we can truly start to make this progress, is by continuously abusing our right. Not just using it, but abusing our right to speak up and speak out against people like this, because otherwise it's just going to keep happening.
Right.
And people are just going to pretend like it's not happening, and it's unfair not only to the women and the people affected, but it's unfair to us as a country to have to be subjected to it because nothing was done, beforehand.
Mm-hmm. And just to kind of add on to that, I think it's important because I understand that not everybody is going to want to be in politics. I get that. But at the same time, for you to sit there and bitch about something and not do anything about it also pisses me off because I am the type of person that if you obviously you need to stay in your lane and say what you can and cannot do, in terms of your goals and your passions and things of that nature. But at the same time, if you can do something, if you can affect change, not everybody is going to have to, it needs to be in the forefront. You know what I'm saying? I work with, a shout out to my brothers at Healthy Him, over at APLA, because, we do this, we work every week tirelessly, on trying to build a program, to affect, LGBTQ, specifically gay men, gay and bi men of color. You know what I'm saying? And so not everything that everyone in the group does is in the forefront or in the foreface of everything. You don't have to always be in the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone has major platforms, you know what I'm saying, in the group. However, there is things that you can do to affect change or to assist in the effect of change. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if you don't want to be a politician yourself, then find a politician or find somebody that is worthy of being representation of you and your causes and being so you can be a constituent of them. You know what I'm saying? That's going to represent the constituents in a manner that is respectful and comforting to you, to make you feel like, okay, I feel like my voice is being heard. You can also donate or join other programs that are focusing on helping communities and projects that you are passionate about. So I just feel like there's more that can be done, and I think that we're in a good place to be in terms of the initiation and the starting of it. I have seen within the last year, since the Orange has been, in office, a shift in consciousness and a shift in the energy in terms of how people are moving towards it. But at the same time, there's more that you can do. You don't need somebody to tell you, hey, Black Lives Matter. If you think Black Lives Matter, then show it. Do something about it. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like, LGBTQ rights are in danger, and you feel like something needs to be done about it, then show it. Do something about it. You know what I'm saying? You can donate to GLAAD. You can go to an LGBTQ center. You can go to help trans homeless youth, who are one of the biggest populations of homeless youth, by the way. Okay, so like, I don't understand that. Let me not get off. I'm gonna get off topic. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna get pissed off. but we take a moment. But it's just frustrating because there's so many things that are out there, and people saying, "Oh, I have a problem with this," and they post it on Facebook, but they don't do nothing about it. And I'm not saying that you have to post everything that you do on Facebook, because I guarantee, I'm telling you right now, if you were to go on my Facebook, 85% of the stuff that I actually do behind the scenes and that I actually do that's off the platforms that I do, off my social media, or that's off of like Blaze Entertainment and I Rather Not podcast, nobody sees that. And it's not because I need to show everybody what I'm doing. And I don't have to, I'm not asking for people to go out there and say, oh, look, my neon sign, I'm helping people. But don't sit there and bitch at somebody else like Hope Giselle that's actually doing something, or bitch about Kwame that's actually going out and doing something and telling what they need to do wrong or what they need to do to affect the community, when they're actually going out and doing shit. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But I'm venting, and we're not there yet, that segment. So there's that. You got anything else?
I'm good. I am good.
So I think that is all I have for the Petty World News. We're going to be back, and we're actually going to just go into the vent session, because Miss Free is the one that gets all of the listener letters, so I don't have access to that inbox. And also, we Hope doesn't watch the what is it called? The Walking Dead, so we don't have anything to talk about together. So shout out though, if you guys are Walking Dead fans, Miss Free and I will be doing the live tweet with the Walking Dead and the Walking Dead fans on Sunday for the mid-season finale. So definitely support us in that, as well as join in on the fun and the fuckery that goes on during the Walking Dead episodes. But until then, we'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by one of our new sponsors, We Buy Black. We Buy Black is an online marketplace for Black-owned businesses to showcase and sell their products to a global community. What drives We Buy Black is a community of creative entrepreneurs who use We Buy Black to sell their products, thousands of shoppers who believe supporting these entrepreneurs to affect social change, and the committed staff of We Buy Black. Visit www.pyromedianetwork.com for our sponsored direct links. It's time to support Black businesses. Now let's get back to the show. And we're back with the vent session. Miss Hope, you go first.
So, my vent is quite a downer, so don't expect it to be good, you guys, because it's a little bit of a downer, but it must be talked about. So, Miss Gabriella Anastasia Royale, a trans woman out in Florida, was gunned down at 3:45 this morning. And aside from her being the 465th trans woman of color to be killed, period, and also being, I believe, the next on a longer list than last year of trans women of color to be killed in 2017, the way that people chose to spread awareness about her death was to post a live action picture of her dead body on the scene of the crime.
My God.
I have a problem with that. And I have a problem with that because that is not in any way how you portray or how you celebrate the life of somebody. You do not post pictures of somebody laying dead in the forest for your own enjoyment. You do not post pictures of people dead laying in the forest in the grass to celebrate their life. That is not how you do that. It is disrespectful to her family. It is disrespectful to her friends, and it is disrespectful to her as a light and as a human being. I understand spreading awareness, but there's a difference between spreading awareness and trying to make your post pop. Mm-hmm. A lot of people and a lot of you people that are thinking about doing it or have done it do things like this in order to make your posts pop and to make your names, ring bells across Facebook for 2 or 3 days because you were the person with the inside scoop. Well, let me tell you something. Trans women are not trending. Trans women are not the hashtag of the month for you so you can get your little likes and your subscribes and your whatever. Trans women are not props, and our lives and the legacies that we leave behind are not props either. I am so sick and tired of feeling like, as a trans woman, the only time I'm important or the only time my life is viewed as special is when somebody wants to make a coin or get something for themselves off of it. I am not a money-making machine for you, bitch, and neither is my life or my story or any of the things that I've contributed to this earth and this world.
Amen.
I need you guys to stop. I need you to stop. If you don't truly believe in the idea of trans lives, especially those of trans women of color being important, then that's fine. That's cool. But do not mask your care and your genuine show of respect with also trying to get your numbers up on social media, because that's sick, it's disgusting, and it is absolutely not going to be tolerated. I feel so bad for this girl's family, and I'm not even sure if she had a relationship with her, biological family, but I feel bad for her trans family and her gay family. She seems like she was a gay mom or a trans mom, and so I really feel bad for those who knew her personally, and I really hope that Facebook responds to me reporting those pictures, because they need to come down. That is not the way that she should be celebrated. And that's my vent. That's my vent. I'm gonna leave that there.
Yeah, we need to do better. But that, I've talked about this already in terms of calling out our LGBT and Q brethren and sisters to kind of start taking up arms for our trans brothers and sisters, because we need to do better. We can't sit there and say that we're inclusive and we don't stand up and do better for our trans brothers and sisters who are at this point the most vulnerable in our community. And let me not get there because I'm gonna go off again. I actually wanted to talk about or vent about something that has been bothering me for a while. Part of this conversation was kind of initiated in my observation over the past few months, especially working with different organizations and seeing or advocacy organizations and activist organizations, seeing what we do and how we support different projects and communities and things. Now, I think that Team Blaze and also Pyro Media has been really blessed in having the listeners that we have and the support that we have and the growth that we've had in such a short amount of time. But I also know that what we talk about is a specific it's for a specific demographic, especially on Blaze. And outside of what I do with Blaze is so much more. And I think that Hope, and this is actually really good that Hope is on this episode, because she is also number one of my heroes, and also two, one of the people I look up to when it comes to true activists that are out there and really working hard, not for the recognition, but because it needs to get done. And I think that it's super important for us to do better in terms of supporting each other, especially within the Black community. And it's really frustrating because we have a lot of what I call Hoteps that are out there that go out there and sit there and say, oh, we need to do this for the Black community and we need to go this and blah blah, but you're wearing Tommy Hilfiger or you're wearing Gucci and you're wearing all this, but you won't go and support, your mom and pop shop that's, in your own community. You don't got a problem, getting Jordans and stuff, but and going down to the mall that's owned by a white corporation, but you have no problem ignoring or walking past a Black-owned business. It kind of irritates me a little bit, because it's like, we have all these things. Oh yeah, we should do something about this, and Black Lives Matter and all this stuff, whatever. But you don't support our community. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
You don't do anything to support it, and it's not just the and I'm speaking about the LGBTQ community, especially the LGBTQ community of color, which is in my opinion, the most vulnerable within the LGBTQ community. And it's really frustrating because, we sit there and say that we're trying to be inclusive and we're trying to do all these things and we're trying to unite, whatever, but we don't do anything to sustain ourselves. We're in a system. We're in a system that was built to keep us down. And you're sitting here, one of my brothers at Healthy Him, he just started coming. He actually works at for the Black AIDS Institute. Percy, brilliant man, and really real, down to earth, and but still gives the hard facts. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because, he said something yesterday that triggered me because, or not triggered me, but made me think a little bit more, because I feel like going through the military, I have gained skills and also life skills to help me protect myself should an Armageddon happen. You know what I'm saying? If a zombie apocalypse happens, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what to do. You know what I mean? Like, me and Miss Ree have been watching Walking Dead for a long time. If a zombie apocalypse happens, we're straight. We're got to go. We're good to go. We will pick 50 and hope up, down south or whatever, and we'll be good to go, boo. Okay, it'll be the four of us. We'll be Michonne, Rick. We got this. You know what I'm saying? We got this. But what frustrates me is that there's a lot of Hoteps out there that will sit there and say, oh yeah, fuck the white man and blah blah, do all this stuff, and Black Lives Matter, Black business, and support Black businesses. And then think about it. If we were to shut down the system that has kept us oppressed and also kept us for as long as it has, and we broke it down, are you, as a Black man or woman or a Black person, able to sustain yourself? Do you have the life skills to sustain yourself without the cushion of that oppression? Because you have been so busy being oppressed for so long, that's all you know. So now you're put out into the wilderness. Are you able to sustain yourself? You know what I'm saying? That's something that you need to think about. Not you, Hope, but y'all need to think about this, because you're so busy. And I'm talking mainly to Hoteps and people who are so busy trying to break down the system. And don't get me wrong, I think the system needs to come down. I think that there needs to be more awareness of it. However, if you want that system to come down, what are you going to do to sustain yourself and your community? What have you done thus far besides, go on social media and cuss people out and say what they can and cannot do or what they're doing wrong? And what have you done to sustain yourself and to uplift your community so that it can be self-sustaining? Think about it.
Not jack shit.
Exactly. So while you're busy, cursing out the Hope Giselles and the Kwames and the other activists out there and the other people who are actually doing stuff, that are not that. And it's funny because I actually got a message from one of my friends back in New York, and he asked me, he's like, hey Kwame, you don't put a lot of stuff on your social media anymore, like, why? Because I don't have time. I don't have the fucking time. And the reason why I don't have time, it's not because I'm working all the time, it's because I am busy trying to create and affect change. And I'm not going to try to sit here and complain and be a social justice warrior on social media and a keyboard warrior and cuss everybody out and focus on what's going on, on social media, just in order so I can sit there and make it look like I'm doing something. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
There's a huge difference, and I see it all. Hope you can attest to this because we see it all the time. We sit there and joke about it all the time, and it's funny at times because we know what we're doing on our ends because you and I talk to each other about it, we support each other, but at the same time, we also see the bullshit. We also see the people that go out there and say, yeah, this is what I do. Look at me. I'm taking a selfie. You know what I'm saying? In front of this building. But you didn't even go into that building.
Nope.
You standing in front of Planned Parenthood, but you have not yet ever donated to it. You have yet to ever go inside and find out what programs they have besides abortion, because that's all you think you want to protect. There's so much that Planned Parenthood does. That's abortions, and it's just literally less than a percent of what they do, of what Planned Parenthood does. People, it's so funny because I was talking to somebody who actually a young trans girl a couple of weeks ago, and I actually put them onto your videos, Hope, because she needs to get woken up because she did not even know the services that they have in LA. You know what I'm saying, for her. Didn't even know. And I said, did you ever think about walking into, I don't know, the center or APLA or the Black AIDS Institute and find out what services are offered to you? Do you realize that there are people that are in the Midwest and in the southern states and in other states that are outside of Los Angeles, that are outside of California, that don't have even a quarter of what Los Angeles offers for transgendered individuals? Do you even realize that? Do you realize how blessed you are and you're not even utilizing it? It pisses me off because you're so big, because people are so busy wanting to judge other people and attack other people and say what they're doing wrong, but they're not looking in their own well house.
Nope.
They don't want to step outside and actually do what they need to do to grow and to help the community grow. So while you're busy trying to say, Black Lives Matter and fuck the white man and blah, blah, whatever, I'm not saying that you need to sit there and kiss the white man's ass. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. You know what I'm saying? And at some point in time, the system will break down and crack. But right now, it's not like that. So you don't even have the skills. You're not even building the skills to be able to pass on to your next generation, to your children, to your children's children, to be able to go on and have them self-sustaining. If the system was to break down tomorrow, I guarantee you 90% of 85% of our community would shut down. They wouldn't know what to do. They probably wouldn't even realize that they're not even oppressed anymore because they're so busy and so accustomed to being oppressed. But you're so busy attacking LGBTQ of color who are actually doing the work. You're quick to hit the DeRays and the Hopes that are out there, that are going out there doing the work because they're gay or they're trans. You're so busy you don't care what Kwame's doing because he's light skinned and he's gay. He don't know what it is to be black. Don't get me wrong. I understand what it is to that the fact that I have a little bit of an upper hand when it comes to the privilege that I have as a lighter skinned black man. But guess what? I'm still a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes down to it, when it comes down to people looking at me, I'm still a Negro to them. And it doesn't matter how light I am. At the end of the damn day, we're all niggas on this damn earth. You know what I mean? I can talk like Becky all I want. You know what I'm saying? It does not fucking matter. Because at the end of the day, we're still black and we're still oppressed. So what are you doing while you're busy attacking me because I'm light-skinned or gay, and while you're busy attacking my sister Hope because she's a trans woman, while you're busy attacking my brother 50 because he's a gay black man, and while you're busy attacking DeRay McKennison because he is a gay black man that actually stood up and was one of the four, and while you're busy attacking the forefather or the four women, the founders of Black Lives Matter, lesbian women, you know, while you're busy attacking them, you don't even realize what the fuck's going on. You're so busy attacking and looking at what's wrong and what you feel and what you deem inappropriate that you don't even realize that you're using the same tools that has oppressed our community forever on your own people.
And they don't give up.
And they don't, because they're so woke they sleep. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. And you never see this in Caucasian groups. You never see this.
Nope.
And people, and I actually had a conversation with somebody the other day about it. Well, the Republicans are infighting. The Republicans can infight all they want, quote unquote, politically infight all they want, but I guarantee you that when they have their little Klan rallies, they're all white to them. They're all brethren.
Right.
So you can sit here and bullshit, and even with the Democrats, 85% of the Senate of the Congress is white. It's not even a full representation of who America is. You know what I'm saying? Like, get over yourself. Do you think that they give a fuck about what's really going on with the systems that has kept us down? No. So while you're busy yelling at Hope, and while you're busy sending derogatory comments to Hope, and while you're busy sending derogatory comments to DeRay, while you're busy sending derogatory comments and emails and listen letters that, you know, because you're Trump supporters to Blaze, we're out here. We're doing the work. I challenge you. I challenge you to do it with us, because I guarantee you wouldn't last. Because we're built for this. Well, because we are built for this. Literally, we have taken shit from the white man. We have taken shit from our own community. We have taken shit from the black church. We have taken shit from every corner possible, from even within the LGBTQ community themselves. We have taken shit everywhere, and we're built for this. We are resilient motherfuckers, and you will not. Okay, you will not break me. You won't. And you won't break Hope, because guess what? We're going to keep going every goddamn day.
Ain't that the motherfucking truth? I'm just saying.
And I'm done. Okay, so that's all I got. But I just wanted to make sure that was said.
I am just going to be quiet, because everything that needed to be said was just motherfucking said.
Whew.
Okay.
And let this be a historical moment in Blaze history, because me and Hope are usually the ones that vent on our individual shows. So it's nice to have both of us have an impact on one of the shows together. So yeah, right. Do you have any news, any events coming up, Hope, before we go?
I ain't got shit right now.
She's taking a break. She's been busy.
When I say I am drained. Like right now, I am so drained. Like I had all the intention. I went to Lush today.
Yes.
I went to got brand new ass shower gel body bath. Yes. And then this bitch sold me the wrong motherfucking body conditioner. Ooh. And she thinks she gonna get away with it, but I'm taking it back. Like it's got me fucked up. But anyway.
You will not mess up my Bath and Body Works.
She will not. She fucked up the vibe. Like it smelled good, but it ain't what the fuck I wanted.
Right.
But anyway,
you will give me what I want.
I had all types of plans, and now I'm just gonna go to sleep and do that in the morning.
We'll try again tomorrow.
We will. We'll try this again tomorrow, and she better get it together, because she only get one more shot before I cut her ass out of.
You had one job.
She had to be one of them seasonal bitches that didn't know what the fuck she was talking about. Because I asked that host specifically. I was like, "Is this a body conditioner?" And she was like, "Yeah, it's a body conditioner." I opened this shit up. Why the fuck is powder coming out of my body conditioner, bitch?
Lies.
This is not body conditioner. This is glistening powder, bitch. So now you got to go back. And I got to embarrass you.
Right.
And they might fire your seasonal ass because you didn't ask questions.
Right. It would have took you 5 minutes to double
It would
check.
have took her 5 seconds. There were managers all over the place. And I should have asked, but because you work there, I trusted you. I trusted you, and you betrayed my trust.
Right.
Bitch.
So now you're going to pay.
So now you got.
You going to pay what you owe.
Now she got to pay. Now she got to pay because now Hope is in her feelings.
Right.
So.
Well, it's been another fun episode of Blaze Entertainment. I want to thank my sister Hope. When I say that she is my sister, I mean she is my sister. She's out here doing the damn thing. So I appreciate you filling in for Miss Free. We're not going to throw any shade at her, but you know we are a little low key mad that she went to go see Circus LA.
You know, low key.
A little low
Free
key.
know I can't stand. Free know I can't stand her.
But we love you. We love you, Miss Free.
We
Just
love
saying,
you.
You could have had
I'm
us go
jealous.
with you. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll discuss this later, Miss Free. But don't forget to go ahead and go onto our website, which is www.entertheblaze.com, where you can go ahead and find not only Blaze Entertainment shows, but After the Blaze, where Hope Giselle and 50 Shades of Gay is on, as well as our Spotlight interviews. Shout out to our Spotlight Awards, which will be airing next week, or we'll be announcing the nominees next week, and you guys will get to vote. So we're looking forward to those as well. In addition to that, we are also, you can go ahead and listen to half of our shows on SoundCloud because we no longer are on SoundCloud, but I think we may go back on. We'll see. iHeartRadio, we're on, as well as Google Play Music, Stitcher, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. You can go to our website directly, Overcast, TuneIn, Acast, and so much more. And now, Spotify. Yes, Spotify. So, I just like saying it.
Sounds so good.
Title, we're coming
so
for you,
good.
Title. We want to be close to the Queen. We're coming for you. So, but yeah, definitely check out all that. And also, go ahead and you can go onto the website and find host bios, as well as the listen letter section where you can send in letters to the show. I think that is it. You got anything else, Hope?
That's it.
All right.
That's it.
It's been fun. It's been real. We will see you guys later. Peace out.